Welcome to this broadcast out of Fellowmine Copenhagen. Number 2 out of 4 broadcasts in every Wednesday, January. Today we are addressing Copilot in sales. My name is Michael Schmidt.
And my name is Jesper Osgaard.
And we have been looking forward to show you, envision you, stuff that is quite easy to capture and leverage in your daily life with customers, members, etc. We do think that this is totally ready-made, cooked for use, and Jesper will take us through a very nice agenda. But very shortly, last time we were addressing real-time assistance, customer service. Today, as I said, customer experience in sales and how to engage your customers, leveraging data much more. And on next Wednesday, the 24th, we will address the cool stuff in Business Central. And wrapping up the last Wednesday in January, we will address, with Jesper Osgaard by my side, marketing efficiency. In other words, the cool Copilot stuff in Customer Insights, Dynamics 365 marketing.
Sure. And as you can see on my screen here, the examples we're going to take you through today is about data quality and improving productivity and efficiency, basically. The Copilot is a system that can help you in sales, at least, help you capture data, and also kind of automate some of the more mundane tasks in the system, so you can be able to spend more time on selling. And we will cover like the 3 Copilots under the umbrella sales. There's one in Outlook, and there's one in Teams, and there is one in the Sales Hub, the sales app. And then we'll do a little recap.
Jesper, is this important? Yes, it is. Numbers speak. So every day in average, Microsoft's huge survey in 21 showed that 25 times sellers or people who serve customers or members, they switch apps, 10 times a day. 70% of the time is spent outside the UIs in CRM, where you can capture all this data, so you have to do these switches. And customer data in productivity tools, they are simply not captured in the CRM. A lot of it still runs outside. It's ready-made for you to have what you need at your so-called fingertips. We'll show you today. And it's going to be a lot of showing, and take notice, you can capture this recording on our YouTube channel, Fellowmine Business Applications.
You see on this next slide, this kind of generates what we could call the vicious cycle, because since data is not captured into the CRM system, the AI that's sitting in the CRM system is unable to do its magic, and that will in turn lower the adoption, because who would want to use a system that's not able to support you the way you are used to or the way you are expecting?
Jesper, this is the truth around one of the major root causes why CRM has not been that popular in sales organizations. To put it in other words, you sellers or people who serve members, etc., you not necessarily love your CRM because you always have to put things in, but you don't get anything out. The vicious circles, as you call it, Jesper.
Yeah.
So let's see why we can break that.
Exactly. So on this slide, you will see that there's also surveys talking to the fact what sellers do expect from the technology. They do expect automatic entry between systems, which is one of the things that Copilot solves. They want to be able to work in the app of their choice. In very many scenarios, that's Outlook. And they want a seamless, intelligent selling experience, so they want support from the AI. And speaking of intelligent support, 74% of sellers who won a deal actually said that AI played a critical role in closing that deal. So there is support for a better selling experience, closing more deals faster, if you take advantage of all the AI stuff in the system, on the assumption that the data in the system is valid, right?
Yes.
So we have this blueprint for cross-organization impact. It's the Microsoft platform with all the security and compliance at the bottom, and all the the apps from productivity to business data to low code. There is this platform that enables us to tie everything together, and in the center of all of this is Copilot or AI. And the focus of these four broadcasts is obviously the customer experience from the start, where you do some reaching out in marketing to doing the sales and then follow-up sales with customer service.
And Jesper, to be frank, the interest from across industries that we are facing from Fellmind is, are we missing something, not leveraging the ready cooked, baked co-pilots in Dynamics? And the answer is yes, you are. And as you said, Jesper, you get even more out of it, the better quality of your data you do have.
Exactly.
But it's running on your tenant, so you it's a co-pilot.
It is. And actually, from the many presentations we do, we always see people nodding, smiling, even saying "I'm in love" when they see what can be accomplished. So, without further ado, the Sales Copilot is, as I said, surfacing in 3 apps, basically the Outlook app, the Teams app, and the Sales app. And we'll go through them one by one. And as we said, they will help you increase adoption. They will help you be more productive. And in the end, obviously, customer satisfaction, win rates, increase bottom line. So there's no reason not to take on this capability. So in Outlook, it's an add-in, right? So it's sitting there in Outlook. So the ability to work in the app of your choice is there, since it's seamlessly integrated with the Sales app and encompasses a bunch of AI-powered experiences. And the first one is actually interacting with sales data. It's the ability to capture data from emails, i.e. the email signature, so you don't have to punch in a bunch of letters into your system. When you receive an email from a new contact, you will readily be available to see all the related data. When you receive an email from an existing contact, you can update the system. So basically being able to work in the app of your choice. That's the first thing we'll cover in a minute or two. There's also AI capabilities in the add-in, which is mainly the ability to summarize emails. So we all know the situation. We have 10 emails sitting in the inbox from a customer or several customers, and you have 2 minutes to prepare. So why not help ourselves just consulting the summarization instead of having to scroll through all these emails and read the content? And
you will see it does save you time. And I tried it out several times, and we are using it at Fellmind as well, the Copilot Sales. It gives you very, very most of the time a better email than you craft yourself.
It is one of the most popular capabilities in the system. There's also one, maybe a slightly overlooked one, the ability to create collaborative spaces. So in the case that you are working with a customer, you identify an option to save a lot of time by creating a collaborative space or a Teams channel, an external Teams channel in which you can collaborate on documents or other information, even an internal Teams channel so you can collaborate with your colleagues. Which is possible with one click only from the app. So let's go into let's look at this presentation slide first. So the first one, the ability to capture data from email signatures in Outlook. It will look at the email signature in the email and extract all the information it can. And then it's up to you to maybe modify a little bit or simply save the information back to Outlook.
In other words, get your contacts in your CRM.
Correct. So here's an example of me receiving an email from John, who is a marketing manager at Fabricam and what have you. So I want to get this guy into my system. I click the Copilot, and the Copilot loads and says, hey, do you want to add John to your system? In the case that there are other senders on the email or recipients that isn't present in my system, I could also save them into the system really, really easy. So I could say, hey, okay, let's do it. add the contact to CRM, and lo and behold, it has extracted the information it's able to. Maybe I also want to add that he's in Fabrica, maybe not, and then I can go back and save this contact. As you can see, and I'll come back to that later, we are able to add additional fields to this add-in pane. Maybe credit hold, so maybe you don't want to spend too much time on John because at the moment he's on credit, or maybe not. So let's put that in and then save it back. And that helps us build up a reliable source of truth, and in the end, increase adoption. Maybe this is just taking a little time on the internet today. Maybe
Microsoft Trials.
Microsoft Trials. So this is what we can do with capturing data. Existing data will also hydrate this add-in window, so we could, when we receive an email from an existing customer and we notice that maybe the title is updated, we can update the data back to the CRM system right from within Outlook. Next up is the ability to summarize email data. So I have a ton of email exchange between me and Pia, and as a preparation for my next meeting, or just to get my job done, I want to know exactly what took place. And I can see from the key info that she requested a quote for 20 products. I suggested we meet on a certain date, and she suggested the day after, and all of a sudden she listed all kinds of concerns about the product and what have you. So I don't have to read through the email at all. So in real life, here is all the emails from her. Yeah. I can go through the Copilot.
Yeah.
And also note actually that the system is able to extract which products she wants to ask a price about, and look into the system and generate a viable answer regarding products and prices. But she requested a quote. I suggested this date, she'd come back with this, and so on and so forth. I can even see that I can create a collaborative space with her, so we can collaborate on getting this done. She's connected to a few records, including an account and a collaborative app. And as I said, maybe I do want to update the information for her, what I have, so I can just click. There's my private notes. These are also available for you. And I could say, hey, she's not a senior researcher now. She's a principal, what have you.
Yeah.
And that way you can make sure that the data in your system is always updated and to be trusted as a single source of truth.
Jesper, this here really is awesome. We all experience that we have a bunch of emails or some emails, and what are my next actions, etc. It really helps you get it sorted out. It suggests you the answers, and hereby you save a lot of time, and you actually also get the answers across to your customer in due time. And you can even collaborate with your customer in a team space that you just showed us in the end.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
What's not to like? That's very, very true. Moving on to the next feature in this slide. So I did call it efficient communication. So should I want to reply to Pia from an email thread or simply draft an email, it can be done with the Copilot features. So I've drafted, this is actually the response to her request about a quote for several products, and the Copilot is able to extract product as well as relate the answer to the price list we have for Pia. So it can simply generate a paragraph saying the total price is this, and so on and so forth. It can even, when you reply to a customer, it will look into your calendar and grab the next available time slot and put it in as a suggestion for the next meeting with this customer.
Does this save time? Yes, it does. Myself, I think I'm okay at looking at my calendar, but this here really helped me. So you really get things done.
You really get things done. So coming back on the demo, so this is still the demo with the mail to Pia. I can say, hey, I want to draft an email now. I want to make a proposal or address a concern or reply to an inquiry. So I go with draft a proposal, and it will look at products and prices and what have you. And I can change the length of the reply, the tone of the reply. Or I did pick the wrong one, concern, but no worries.
You can even change the tone.
The airport is priced at blah blah blah. 20 will cost you this much. I can say, hey, I want to copy this to an email. I want to change the tone. I want to make it shorter or lighter or what have you. So that will save sellers a bunch of time, a lot of time when doing what we could call maintenance work, hygiene work, administrative work in the sales app. So we could also, as I said earlier, we can bring other pieces of information into the task pane. So maybe I want to look at which orders do we have with this customer already, so I could add the order field. The modification of this task pane is done actually in Teams, in an app in Teams. You can add fields or remove fields or reorder fields, so you can get this add-in pane to look more like you would want it to look like. Let's move on. And as I said, basically we can easily create collaborative spaces. We can see which spaces we do have with this customer already. So should we want to upload a quote in PDF or what have you, or Word, so we can collaborate on the quote before we made it public, it's certainly doable using the Teams channels. And there's a little extra thing in the system, something called the people card. So if you hover over a name in the email, you will be presented with the people card. And that one is actually expandable. I didn't expand it here, but it will show you a bunch of relevant information about tax. This is obviously a high lifetime value customer, and I did track whatever we exchanged in Dynamics. I can see what emails we exchanged, what document we exchanged. I can see her LinkedIn profile and what have you.
Wow.
So it's going to save you a bunch of time also. And last but not least, if you set up an appointment with a customer, you can invite Copilot as a participant in the customer, and you can then hydrate the meeting with all the related information from the account and the contact you are about to have a meeting with, which is very, very helpful in terms of being relevant during the meeting. What opportunities do we have? Do we have more than one? Which one? So on and so forth.
It's really a giant step.
It is a giant step. So we are 12 minutes away from deadline, so we will move on quickly. So Sales Copilot in Teams is basically conversation intelligence, helping you to realize what follow-up actions is due on the basis of a transcription of the meeting call. And it's available in several languages. It will generate follow-ups. It will highlight keywords, products mentioned, and a bunch of other things from the meeting. So here's an example from a meeting we had. So meetings we had will be sent to you. Transcriptions will be sent to you from the Sales Copilot bot in Teams. And if you open the meeting, you will see the transcription, you will see highlights, you'll see follow-ups.
Wow.
And I know a lot of sellers spend a lot of time of abstracting information from a meeting and sending it to customers. This is something that Copilot will help you do with this functionality. It will even surface the timeline in the bottom of the screen. You can see sentiment from the timeline between you and the customer. Actually, if there is more participant, there will be a lane for each participant, so you can realize what took place with certain participants. But red is negative sentiment and green is positive, so you can also utilize this for training purposes. So why is it red after 14 minutes? Maybe you push too hard on a customer. Maybe you shouldn't do that next time. So as a seller coach, you can also extract a bunch of information from this thing. And yeah, so highlights and actions. So if the customer did mention something about today, the blue dot here, you can just simply click today and it will highlight in the transcription to the right where this took place and what was said about today. Maybe the customer will ask you, can you make sure this is sent to me today so you won't miss it, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, if you want to collaborate with your colleagues about a contact or an opportunity or an account, you can simply during the chat attach the record from sales to the chat and be able to both see what's taking place with the record in question.
Yeah, and you and I and the customers we talk to, you often are in a longer session where you actually need to get help or get some facts from one of your colleagues, or they can join. It's very powerful.
It is. So while I will move on to the next slide, maybe you could check, Michael, if there's questions in the chat.
Yeah.
So last topic, but not the least one, is how Copilot surfaces in the sales app. And the sales app is more or less an AI assistant sitting inside sales. It's what we used to know as a virtual agent. So you'll be able to chat with your sales data using that AI assistant in sales. And you can also, as we saw in Outlook, draft emails, summarize important info, adjust email texts. So if you are drafting an email, maybe manually, you can ask Copilot to adjust it in terms of tone and length. I know that's a very popular feature with customers. So here we have the Copilot sitting in a sales app, and it's generating a resume or summarization of an opportunity. So let me see if I can find the correct system here. So maybe zoom out a bit. So this is an opportunity in which a lot of things took place in terms of appointments and tasks and what have you. So if I ask the Copilot in the right pane here to maybe summarize, I did click the wrong one. I could ask for the prompts I can hand over, maybe summarize opportunity, and then go. And then, hey, about this, let's get this one, and let's see what's happened here. Something's summarized. There you go. So I can even pick between related opportunities or this one, and then it will generate the opportunity info. And it looks like this. You see the estimated revenue is this. The contact's job title is that. And we exchange this and that, and maybe the next meeting is going to take place at a certain date. So there is like 6 prompts you can handle: prepare for upcoming meetings, show recent changes, summarize, get latest news, and more will come soon. Right?
Yes.
One of the nicer ones is the prepare for today's meeting. One of the prompts you saw on the previous slide. So it will look into your calendar, see what meetings do you have in the next 24 hours, and then extract relevant information and present them to you in the task pane.
Yes, but this is really something that once you try it out, you cannot help yourself getting back to it and leverage even more.
Yeah,
but you really need to try out.
I like
what meetings do I have tomorrow? Heads up, etc. It's just a huge help.
It really is.
If you want to do good.
So if we come back to the demo pane, the opportunity has loaded while we were speaking to the slides. And there's a lot of information, estimated revenue, associated account has a revenue, 2 more opportunities open, 2 more closed, stakeholder's name is. And I can then ask for prepare for my next meeting, prepare for upcoming meetings, it's called.
Yep.
So I pick the prompt and go, and I say, I don't have any meetings today, so disregard this, but it would look like this if I did have any meetings. So very nice. I can spend a lot of time of nothing today. But here's an example. Here are some points to consider for your upcoming meeting to know the account. David Mallory may ask for introduction to Alex Bacon, what have you.
Yeah.
So another thing you can ask for is the assistant from Copilot to draft an email regarding a lead or an opportunity. So if you go into the timeline of a lead or an opportunity and click the little plus and say, hey, I want to write an email, the system will offer you to draft an email on the basis of what description you put in. So I asked it to write an intro mail to Bart and offer to set up a meeting Monday 9 a.m. And it took, the tone and built or drafted an email. I hope this finds you well. All the hospitalities in the end. I want to reach out to offer you a meeting Monday 9 a.m. and so on and so forth. So also a helper, and again you can adjust the tone and the length of the email. Maybe not personal, maybe make it more business-like or what have you.
I love this compose functionality where you prompt and you get things done.
It's really nice
without spelling errors.
It's really nice. And also, if you are on a timeline on an opportunity and you are using what we call sequences, there's an up next widget. If you look very close to the center of the screen, there's an up next widget. So there's a thing called sequences. So those in charge of sales excellence can create sequences for sellers. And if you want to write an email here, you can ask Copilot. So if one of the next step is an email, like in this example, and you click email, it will bring up the email editor, and you can ask Copilot to adjust the text that you put in.
Wow.
And basically, that's not for today. So recap, Copilot helps you get the job done, right? It is an assistant. It will help you bring in data, and it will kickstart some of the more administrative tasks you have, like writing emails, updating data, and maybe create team workspaces to collaborate in. All in all, it's there to help you sell more faster, and we are nearing the end of this presentation.
And Jesper, great stuff, and strengthen the loyalty, because what you're doing is better in quality, and it is at the right time. And as you also showed us, it lies in the word co. You are still in control.
You're still in control.
You're still in control.
Yeah.
Do I like the proposed email when I prompt this way, or do I want to alter? So you are very much and all the time in control, but we want you to try it out. We want you to tell your colleagues, license-wise, you need to step up from the sales professionals to sales enterprise or premium, and it's right there for you to try out and use in your daily life. Grab hold on us to get heads up, do's and don'ts, but it runs on your data. Thank you for listening. Next time we will be deep diving on the Copilot in Business Central. That will be the 24th of January. And finishing up our 4 series, we will finish up with you, Jesper, on the Customer Insights, Dynamics 365 Marketing, and all the awesome stuff. That will be the 21st of January. As usual, sign up on our social media, and I hope to see you again. Slide deck will be put forward to you, and capture this recording on our YouTube channel, Fellmind Business Applications. Thank you for watching. Great stuff.
Great stuff, Michael.